Okay, Dave, I got your radio here, so I found the problem. It's this diode right here is blown. So I've already taken it out of circuit and tested it. It's bad. So what happened was, I'm assuming when this plate came off, it must have touched hot, which is here, and shorted to ground, which could have been anything. Could have been anything, case, whatever, I don't know. So when you plugged it in, if you heard a pop, it was this diode right here shorting out basically. So it didn't explode, but it's definitely blown. So there's nothing there when, you know, it's not allowing current to flow through it like it should. This is a protection diode, so it protects the rest of the board from short circuits if there's an issue like that. So I can show you that I can power the radio on. If I flip this over, let me take this completely out of circuit or else it won't work. Just a second. Alright, so it's completely out of circuit. So this is the hot side right here. This is the power lead where it comes in. This is hot and ground. So it would be like this. Plus and minus. So power comes in, it flows through that diode. If it detects a short, it pops it. So that's what happened. So I'm going to take my power supply over here. This is my power supply, variable voltage, variable amperage. We're just going to put 5 amps in. That's plenty. I mean, the radio draws like less than an amp to turn on. So what I'll do is I'll take my hot lead, which is right here. I'm just going to stick that in here. Clip that in there if it'll let me without having to move it. Just a second. Alright, so yep, it's powered on, so you can see. So that's how I have it. I'm powering it right now like that. So hot, ground, coming off there. So it's drawing like 360 milliamps current, and so it's working. So I'm waiting on one of these diodes to show up probably next week. I'll have them. Fortunately, I can't buy one. I have to buy like 20. But as soon as I get it, I'll put it back in and the radio will work fine, barring there's not anything else wrong. So I got my antenna hooked up. It's receiving. I'm listening to it through that meter over there. It's got a speaker in it. So I'm assuming everything's going to work. Just going to make sure it's transmitting too. Alright, so it appears to transmit just fine. I mean, I'm on a current limit, so my supply here only has a 5 amp, 300 milliamp current limit. So right now we're drawing 3.48 amps and it seems to be working. So I don't think anything else is wrong other than the issue with the diode. So let me see if I can look at the resolution really quick here, if it'll let me. Just a second. Yeah, so it looks like everything's working okay. There's AM, so it's allowing me to see a nice waveform for AM, which is good. Let me switch this to sideband and just check that. Alright, sideband looks good, so it's on sideband. And it's very low power because I'm at a current limit, like I say, but that looks good, so it's working. Just got to get the replacement diode for it, and I'll fix that, and it should be all set. So don't know how that thing came loose. Makes me want to start checking all radios before I send them out. Open them up, look, just to make sure nothing's out of place, because I should have caught that obviously if it was loose, but I didn't hear it, so I never would have thought to check that. I mean, they're supposed to have some type of quality control at the factory where you shouldn't have to worry about that stuff, but I guess next time we'll have to look a little closer at stuff like that just to be safe. So should be able to get this fixed up for you by next week and get it back to you. So just want to let you know that the radio still works, and it just It's not an ideal situation right now. You don't want to power it like I'm powering it. That definitely is not good for you using it. We need this a correct diode back in, one that works, and then you have no problem, you know, powering it by the jack. So we will be in touch as soon as I get the diode.